Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about The Iron Below Remembers by Sharang Biswas. The Iron Below Remembers is a novella from Neon Hemlock. It's the final volume in Series 5 of their really wonderful novella series. It came out at the end of March here in 2025, and it is a lot of fun. It's all sorts of things together. It's a nice little mashup of a novella. It's one that's going to stand alongside some of our favorite queer novellas from Neon Hemlock, like A Necessary Chaos or Empire of the Feast, or alongside some of our favorite mecha novels like The Archive Undying, August Kitco and the Mechas from Space. It's an academic sci-fi, mostly superhero mecha adventure. It's also an intimate exploration of a relationship. It's the story of a man, he's a professor in a world where through magical, almost, technology that is so elite as to be magical, the Indian subcontinent has come to dominate global culture through this Karthic empire. And so we have this alternate history element, even though we're in a place that's recognizably England, and our main character, Professor Yadav, is Laxman Yadav, is a professor of Karthic studies, and his boyfriend is the most famous superhero in the world. So there's a lot going on here, and we get to explore the archaeological work around the uncovering of one of the mecha entities that this Karthic empire commanded in their heyday. We get to explore the interplay between being a sort of solitary life of an academic and being very much in the public eye with a major discovery and a partner who's very much in the public sphere. And then also the real delight and exploration of human sexuality that is sort of very common to the queer male experience and explored in tremendously rich detail through the super charming footnotes of The Iron Below Remembers by Yadav and his boyfriend. And it's just, you know, the blurbs are like, oh, it's such a horny book, but it's not, for me, because it's not titillating necessarily. It's just, it's very matter of fact. And then, you know, we did X, Y, and Z in the footnotes, or, oh, we had such a fun evening exploring this. And I like that so much. I'm, like, utterly charmed by it. The way in which this very frank and matter-of-fact discussion of sexuality and sexual activity is, it's just there. And I think that is, you know, we have lots of friends who are very much that way. I think it's something that is beneficial in a culture that seeks to keep things behind closed doors, that seeks to shame and view with disgust. And so I am utterly delighted by the frankness and ubiquity of a truly broad array of sexual acts that appear in the footnotes for this book, and to a degree in the main text as well. They're just, you know, just plain good and smart and necessary and charming and utterly delightful and pertinent to the present moment. And so, of course, we had to have a drink. Our drink today is the Lochal, named for these automata, these mechas that the Karthik Empire commanded. And we're going to start with 1.5 ounces of gin, using the Shot Tower gin from Baltimore, Maryland today. It's a really nice, piney, really assertive gin. We have this real sense of assertion in the Iron Below Remembers, and so we want something that's going to hold its own. And our drink today is going to be sort of somewhere between like a gimlet and a lassi. So we'll get next 3/4 ounce of lime cordial. That's going to bring some depth of flavor, some lime oil, some sweetness, some brightness. Lovely. Perfect. And then we will get, because it's going to be reminiscent of a lassi, going to get some yogurt. Keep the tang of the yogurt instead of the richness and depth that we get from heavy cream. And we'll get, because it's more solid than heavy cream, a nice heaping tablespoon of whole milk yogurt down in there. Lovely. Set that aside. And if you're using a more liquid yogurt like a kefir, then you'll want to do about 3/4 ounce, same as our lime cordial. Get some bitters in there, the spice rack of the bar. Get 1-2 solid dashes of cardamom bitters. I'm using the Bitter Housewife cardamom today. And then 2 droppers full of this tart cherry and saffron bitters from 1821. Just bringing a real blend of spices and richness and depth to our cocktail. Now we'll get a scoop of crushed ice down in there. I'm using crushed ice because we've got this solid yogurt in there, so we want to get a little bit of a faster dilution and a few more pieces of ice into our shaker to help break that apart, to help that to blend a little more efficiently. If you wanted to try this one in the blender as well, that would be great. In that case, make 3 or 4, have some friends over, as happens a time or two in the Iron Below Remembers. Cap that and shake it up, wake it up. Perfect. Nice, frosty, freezy cold on the metal. Give that a stout tap to open it on up. Take our Hawthorne strainer and strain into a stemmed cocktail glass. Perfect. And there you have it. This is the Lochal, inspired by The Iron Below Remembers by Sharang Biswas. The Iron Below Remembers is available now. I've got a link to snag it in the description down below. There is also an ongoing Kickstarter for the latest novella series from Neon Hemlock. It's a crowdfund that I am delighted to support every single year. I get mail all year long because of this crowdfund, and so many of my favorite novellas as a result. So I've got a link to that in the description as well. Got a link to my book, Cocktails and Consoles, 75 cocktails and mocktails inspired by the wonderful world of video games, as well as various forms of social media, including Blue Sky and Instagram, where there is always a written version of today's recipe. Try the drink. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hit that like button. It makes me so happy that when you do. Subscribe if you haven't already so you never miss an episode. We've got some great books coming up as we round out April, head into May, into the summer. I'm really excited. I hope you'll be there too. And until next time, cheers.